What's good, YouTube, man? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's your boy Prince Dub here with a new video. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally got, we have finally got our GM in the building. I haven't been on in a minute. Yes, I heard about the John. I heard about the Todd Downing firing, and I've heard a lot of things. Which, woo, let's go. Thank God Todd Downing's gone. But I just want to dive into this Ran Carthon GM hiring, as well as his resume, his background. Because to be honest with you, I don't really know much about these GMs. I just know they make the team. So we'll see. But you look at this guy's history. Former player. Let's start there. He's a former NFL player. Um, Actually, let's start at college. He played at the Florida Gators, which I'm a Vols fan. I don't know if we, I don't know if we're gonna get on the same page on that. But who cares? The guy's here. That's all that matters. Um, he was a former NFL player. I know his. I heard his father played in the NFL as well. So that's pretty cool. So at least you got some. At least he's got some experience under his belt when it comes to being in this league, starting off as a player. Then I think once he stopped playing football, he became the I think it said something about the pro personnel or something like that. I'm gonna look at it real quick. Uh, I know. Okay, I know he was with the Rams for some years. He did some of the stuff for them. He might have had something to do with the drafting of, guess who? Aaron Donald, who ended up being one of the all-time greats when it comes to his position. So he might be the greatest at his position. Who knows? But just drafting Aaron Donald was good. Good for them. It set the organization for years. And hang on one sec, because I'm gonna pull out this pizza real quick out the oven. Probably should have did this before. Woo! Okay. Maybe people, might be. Okay. But yeah, he was with the Rams for some years. Um, he might have had something to do with the drafting of Aaron Donald. So, you know, it set their franchise up. He's definitely top three great at one of the top three greatest at his position. So that's that's huge for them. And you look at now. Where he is, I believe, the director of player personnel or something like that for the San Francisco 49ers. I actually didn't hear about this guy until we interviewed him until like the organization interviewed him for the GM role. So I don't know really much about his history. I had to get to kind of look into his resume, look into his past, things like that in this league. So I think, you know, I think with the 49ers, I thought he did a fantastic job. You look at their roster, you look at Christian McCaffrey now, you look at, all these different pieces around the organization. Shout out to him and Adam Peters for making that happen, and John Lynch, who is the GM there. I think they've set their franchise up for years, and they have a shot to win a Super Bowl this year. So, you can give some of that credit to the guy in the building now, which is Ran Carthon. So that's pretty impressive. You also look at, I think he was a scout as well for the 49ers for a little bit. And as far as drafting, mm, I thought he did a decent job at that. But also, I don't know. Again, I mean, you guys are gonna have to tell me about this guy more and more and more. I'm still trying to look into, his resume and things like that, what he's done, because again, I haven't really heard of this name until he was a candidate for the job. But one thing that I will say is this: shout out to the Tennessee Titans. As a man of color myself, I do feel appreciated that we're giving minority candidates and other minority candidates opportunities in this league, and I think that's huge for not only this organization moving the game forward, but also the NFL as well, and that's pretty impressive. Also, they tried to. I know they recently had an interview with Malik Boyd, who is another minority candidate. So it's awesome to move the game forward. Shout out to the Titans because you look at the league. There's not a lot of minority GMs. I think the Dolphins GM is. Hang on, let me look this up. The Dolphins GM might be in minority, isn't he? Let's see. Is he? Yeah, he is. So Chris Greer. Yeah, he's wow. He's been there a minute. I actually didn't know that. So is he the only other minority GM in the league? Oh, interesting. But again, you look at the league now, there's female refs and, just giving people opportunities who were looked over or, just didn't get them opportunities. I thought that was huge for this organization moving forward. Shout out to the Titans in the league for letting this happen. Now the Titans do have to give up three. I think they said two third round compository picks. I think that's what it's called, right? And it's just because of the rule that was implemented, where if you hire a minority coach, you have to give up two third round picks. But if those two third round picks are bust, was it really worth? Was it worth it? Well, I mean, not worth it, but was it really is it really all bad? So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, shout out to the Titans for that. Now that we've got our GM in place, now it's time to go get an offensive coordinator. God, please don't promote Tim Kelly. Please don't. Okay, look, this in-house crap has got to stop. And I think Hire Ran Carthon is a step in the right direction. But you got to do the same for your coaching staff too. I think if they promoted Jim Schwartz to defensive coordinator instead of Shane Bowen, look, I mean, our defense would have been probably the best in the NFL, or it would have been up there. So I don't think you would have had a lot of issues in the secondary, which our secondary is kind of. So we still have to hire that and an offensive line coach and an offensive skill assistant. Mm. A lot of work to do this offseason. We'll see. But ain't it kind of odd though? They hired this guy Ran Carthon when they were giving a when they were about to do a second round of interviews. They just said, you know what, we found the guy. There's no need for these second round of interviews. I know the candidates were Malik Boyd and Ian Cunningham from the Chicago Bears. Um, yeah, I don't know if I want anybody from the Bears. They have literally created a whole dumpster fire over there in Chicago. I don't want to have anything to do with those people. I know he did some work for the Eagles, but you look. Quentin Harris was another candidate. I think was also another minority candidate as well. So at least the Titans gave a lot of these minority candidates opportunities, at least interviewed him. But you look at Rand Carthon, and this is the biggest thing for me with him. He's young. He's only 41. 41 might not be young, but for a GM, that's pretty young. You know what I'm saying? So I think getting somebody who is more modern, has a more modern view of the NFL as a whole. I think that's huge for this organization, and I also think that it will move us forward with things like rosters and things like possibly play calling. So, and also analytics as well, because I heard something on an article where they went inside the Titans facility and they are behind in their medical training and all this other stuff. Just sports science, things like that. I think with Ran Carthon coming in, he will completely change that because we need a whole new system in Tennessee. Look at the injuries, it's bad. So we're going to need something new, something fresh. And I think going outside the organization was the right move because if you promote Ryan Cowden, you're just really doing the same thing over and over again. And I think the fan base would have felt some type of way about it because he is one of John Robinson's employees. So he's his second. I mean, he's his second in command. I mean, why would you want Ryan Cowden as your GM if you just fired the person in charge of all that stuff, who has the final say in anything? So I just didn't think that made a lot of sense. I think you're just setting yourself backwards when you're doing that. Whatever. at least we didn't go in house on this. Now if we could just not go in house on a coordinator, that would be nice. Or in house on anything else. No more in house. No more in house. No more of that. We need to go fresh, 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 fresh. But I wasn't gonna spend too much time on this. I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts on it. I think it's a huge hiring for this organization. And now let's see where this takes us. Because if he doesn't come in here and do a good job, he's just going to be held accountable just like John Robinson was. So we'll see. I don't know. Buckle up, Tennessee, because it's about to get crazy this season. I'm already ready for next year. Or I'm ready. I've been more ready for the off season. But also, oh God, you look at him. I forgot to mention this. Trading up for possibly C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. I don't know if the Colts though. God, the Colts are just a whole mess now. Golly, they hired a coach who was literally a commentator for ESPN. I don't know if I I don't know, Colts. I don't know. No wonder why Peyton Manning went up to him and said, "Stop calling the plays. Just play center." Jeff, quit calling the plays because look at this. The man went 3-7 in high school. I don't know I'm getting off topic here, but the man went 3-7 in high school or something like that. It was like bad. Uh, if you're bad at the high school level, then what makes you think you're going to be anything at the NFL level? I don't even think he won a game. He got close to beating the Eagles though that one time, but he was up 33-0 and he lost them the game. Yeah, so the Colts are in the market for a new coach. The Texans are in the market for a new coach because I think they fired Lovie Smith simply because he won the game, and he might have cost them their future just by winning that game. Who knows? So the Texans are in the market for a new coach. The Chargers are definitely firing their coach. They're in the market for a new coach. The Cardinals are in the market for a new coach. I think that's it, really. I think those are all the teams who are going to be in the who are currently in the market or are going to be in the market for a new coach. So, wow, the league is getting crazy. Oh man, it's getting crazy. I might try to do a watch party actually for one of these Sunday games. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Because, man, I'd like to do a watch party. I just need the equipment to do it. I need a better mic and I need a better camera first. But if I can get those things, we'll do watch parties with Titans games next year. Oh, it's going to be crazy next year, next year, next year. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's go. But I just wanted to come on here, share my thoughts. Yeah, I'll take it easy. It's been your boy Dub. Tighten up. Hopefully next year treats us well. We'll see. I'll see you guys.